Ooh, what's good, lads? Welcome to episode 10 of the Brother to Brother chat. We made it to the decade. 10 episodes, baby. And we got the beautiful view behind me. So I thought I'm going to rearrange my chair so you guys can see this. But hopefully my face isn't like dark because of the background light. But we're going to go with it. Nevertheless, we didn't make these Brother to Brother chats to be movie level production. We made it for the authenticity. We made it because we're just going to document our thoughts raw and give you guys the inner the inner thoughts of another brother. Going along probably a similar journey to yourself. I know a lot of you guys who are watching this are very ambitious. You guys want to achieve stuff similar to the caliber I want to achieve stuff. You know you're meant for more and you're chasing that. So thanks for tuning in. And bro, no agenda today as usual. It's always off the dome. You know how it goes. But yeah, yeah, enthusiasm is going to take you so far. Enthusiasm is going to take you so far because it's low key. This is what I bring to each video, and I could be less talented than someone else, and even probably work less than someone else, but still get the same results because I execute with passion, and I really give it my all, and I care. Right, that's a big thing that's very undermined nowadays. Like the fact whether you care or not. I genuinely care. Everything I do is for a reason, and I want it to be that way. And like, there's a purpose behind everything that I do. I'm the type of person if there's no purpose to me doing something, I'm not gonna do it at all. Like if it doesn't give me a sense of purpose, it's just not happening, right? So I've had to take away a lot of things in my life as a result of that, but I'm grateful now because I've only got things that I'm really passionate about going on, which is awesome, including this brotherhood that I'm trying to build, or not trying to, that I am building. Um, call myself there. Call myself saying trying to. You guys are probably wondering, like, what's wrong with saying trying to do something? It's not the fact that people say that; it's the connotation that goes with trying. When you say I'm trying to do something, it assumes that it's something that you aren't currently doing and you want to do it, right? But you don't actually get what you want ever. You get what you are, right? So I always fell into this trap of being like, yeah, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do this. And I'd look back at myself 2, 3 months later after saying that, and I haven't made a single step towards that goal or doing the thing that I said I was trying to do. That's because we can't comprehend the word try. It's if I'm trying to do something, it assumes that I don't already have what's in me to do it. You know, there's no such thing as trying. You either do it or you don't. Does that make sense? So for me, it's very subtle, but I like to change my language. I catch myself sometimes and change my language. It's not I'm not trying to do this. I either am or I'm not. It's a lesson that took me ages to learn. I used to make decisions very, very impulsive. Um, but part of what I've actually learned is to have a this is the foundation. This is like the mental frame that I go about by actually making decisions or not. If it's not a hell yes, then the answer should be no. I repeat that again. If it's not hell yes, then your answer should be no. Right? And that's the frame of mind I've recently taken on to not make me get overwhelmed with the amount of things that I accept or that I want to do in my life. I feel like that's probably something that stopped me so much in the past. I've just had too much on my plate. Back a year from now, I was a medical student. I was running a tutoring business. I had a second business. That was the mistake I made. I overstretched on. I actually purchased a second business. the audacity. The audacity to think. Because I used to think that, you got rich by having multiple income streams and passive income and all that, but it's fucking bullshit, bro. You build wealth. The reason I realized, like, I'm not speaking to you guys as a guru again, but the way that I found is going to be the best for me is to focus on one thing only. Focus on one thing. Like, I was doing so much a year from now, but I actually wasn't going anywhere, right? And you feel busy, you feel productive, but the results aren't there because you're spread too thin. You're spread too thin. That's why it's like you have to do one thing, choose one thing, preferably something that you are extremely passionate and fulfilled about, something that you do for free for the rest of your life. That's also another good metric. And then just to go with that and only do that one thing and say no to everything else, unless it's like exceptional or it actually improves the the thing that you're trying to do. So for me, I'm more on that fitness grind, that health fitness grind, making people healthier, improving their physiques. That's the thing that I'd rather do for the rest of my life for free. All right, in the health space, right? But if some opportunity comes along, for example, as starting a clothing brand, I'm saying no to that shit. Even if that's probably so cool, right? If it's not hell yes, it's no, right? The grass is greener where you water it. Boom! That's wisdom right there. Because literally, that's like I always thought the grass was greener somewhere else. I'm like, oh, like this business idea is so cool. Like I can make so much from that. But turns out everything will work. Everything can work. That's the thing that took me so long to realize. Everything can work. Everything will work. It's about where you water it. The grass is always greener where you water it. It's where you put your attention into it. That's what's going to reap the rewards. But any business model, idea, etc., has the ability to work. If someone else has proved that they can do it, then it's possible for you too. It's about the effort that you put in, the time that you actually stay in that game for, and yeah, that's literally it. So everything has the potential to work out. It took me ages to learn that because I was always like looking for like what's the right business model, what's the right strategy. It turns out all of them are correct. It's the one that I'm most fulfilled by doing because that's going to make me show up each day, give it 110%. Not gonna lie, along my journey, I was tempted to switch paths. Like I was very, very tempted to switch paths, but um, and I even have like I've switched up multiple times. But I'll tell you right now, the grass is greener where you water it. If you see an idea that's like super, super attractive, trust me, it sounds too good to be true. It probably is, right? The grass is greener where you water it, bro. Right? And there's something that I think Hormozy talks about this. It's like uninformed pessimism, uninformed optimism is the first stage of figuring out like a good business idea or just something that you want to try. It's uninformed optimism. You're optimistic, but you don't know shit. Then you get into it and you start to have informed pessimism. So that's like, oh, like I understand the game and it's really, really hard. Like that's when you realize, oh, it's actually harder than I thought. And then you enter what is called the valley of despair. That's where everything's gone to shit. This is where most people quit and choose another hustle to do, right? But if you stay in the game long enough, that's the thing. When people quit at that low phase, they're basically like they're entering another of one of those curves, like informed optimism, uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, and then back into the valley of despair. So they keep switching to different things, thinking the strategy itself is what's flawed when it's them. It's not the strategy, bro. It's you. Does that make sense? It took me so long to realize it. It was me. I was the problem. The strategy wasn't the problem. The business model wasn't the problem. I was the problem. The moment I realized that, I stopped caring about the strategy because I am the person who can pull it off, right? That's the goal. The goal is to become the person who can pull it off, to develop yourself, to build whatever needs to be upgraded for you to become the best possible man for the job. And that is going to make you succeed. It doesn't matter what realm you're in, you're going to succeed. You be undeniable, right? I love that word because it's true. That is the byproduct of investing into yourself and upgrading yourself, right? Undeniable. Doesn't matter what realm you put in, undeniable, right? So a lot of people, like I feel like beginners, including myself, used to think so much about like what is the strategy, what is the right business model, what is this looks so cool, and it's like shiny object syndrome. Completely normal. I battled with that for years, bro. Shiny object syndrome. But I realized that it's the person, it's the who that matters most, not the what. The strategy doesn't matter if you're shit, right? Vice versa. If you are good enough, if you have developed yourself, got the experience, and are aligned with your passion, it doesn't matter what strategy you use, you're going to win, right? It goes both ways, right? So when I realized that, I completely shifted my focus to not caring about the business model, not caring about the strategy, not caring what anyone else is doing, focusing purely on developing myself, becoming the best possible version of myself that there is. Right? When I made that shift, the business side just figured itself out. And that's the same with everything else. The physique side just figured itself out. That's why it's so powerful to focus on the who you are, right? You are the independent factor for success, not anything else. Not the strategy, not the business model, nothing, not other people. It doesn't fucking matter. You're the independent factor for success. Remember that. So, yeah, I used to have shiny object syndrome, but it's the hard part. I feel is choosing the path that is your path, going through your door, and doing something that's truly in line with your purpose and fulfills you on a day to day. If you have that, bro, you are already beating 99% of people. Like, even if right now you haven't found, material success yet, same for me. I haven't found material success yet. I know that I'm on the right path. I know that I'm already successful because I found the path of fulfillment. I'm aligned. That should be your goal, bro, because then waking up every day and doing the work is seamless, effortless, right? Because you found what makes you tick, right? So when you do that, that's everything. It's everything, bro. Yeah, I'm so glad that I've been blessed enough to find this at an early age, but it wasn't easy. Like, I went through a lot to get to the position I am now, very, very fulfilled in what I do and, like, leading a life of true purpose. And I know exactly where I'm going. Like, I've had such a rough couple years, bro. Like, honestly. But, like, I did it, sleepless nights, all that shit, so, and I was doing it all alone. Monk mode, I think monk mode is something that's very glamorized nowadays. It's like you got to do alone. But I've done that. Like 2 years, I've been through that. Like monk mode, all that. You got to do it alone. Breakups, businesses at $0. Being completely broke. Everything. Like I've had to go through it all alone. The sleepless nights, everything. I haven't had a brother or someone on the same frequency to talk about these things with. But it doesn't have to be that way. I don't think it has to be that way. And this is why I'm so committed to building out a brotherhood. It goes back to this idea. I wish there was someone else. I wish there was someone else at that point in time. Like at those lows, I wish there was someone else that was there. Yeah. So if I can be that person for someone else, like that's a W. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I make these videos. These videos aren't monetized, and I don't think they ever will be. I don't care. It's about connection. It's about brotherhood. You don't have to do this journey alone. I don't want to build this alone. I want to build this with you guys. So, you know, brotherhood is something I really value, and it's something that I want to build. You want to build a community of like-minded people, all working towards their goals. Iron sharpens iron. Right? Simple as that, bro. Anyway, that was the brother to brother chat. I'm gonna keep it relatively short today, but hope you have an amazing rest of your day wherever you are, bro. God's with you. God bless, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's go.